Testing. Well, I went through an opening and I found out David had my mic turned off, so instead of trying to recreate it, I'll summarize as we stand here next to the Hickory Band. Titusville comes into this game 5-1, tied atop the standings with the Hornets. They're led by number 22, Jackson Koval, their star running back. Number 8, Ian McDonald, their quarterback, who will run the ball. And number 20, Cameron Mong. So Hickory will receive, and they'll be moving right to left on your screen. I've missed the last few weeks celebrating the birth of my first grandchild, Marco Joanno. So I am now forever going to be known as Bapu in the Greek vernacular. Welcoming Larry Garm as my spotter today. Looking forward to having some assistance in identifying the numbers. The Hornets have really done me a favor with these white jerseys, black numbers. I can see everything. Titusville in their classic brown tops, brown bottoms, gold helmets, and a light yellow numbering makes it easy to see there. Historically, the Hornets have dominated the Rockets for the last 10 years, and this is the best Rockets team that I'll probably have seen since I was in high school. So we're looking forward to a whale of a football game. I have a little tickle in my throat. I'm going to try not to cough in your ears. Hopefully you've been able to find our stream and enjoy it. I think, excuse me, there's as many cameras here as there was at the backyard brawl. And they're going to squib the kick. It's going to roll down to around the 25 and still on the turf. Picked up that time by, is that Calhoun, Jamal Calhoun. He tries to get around the left edge. He'll be dragged down there by Alex Hartshorn. So Hartshorn will get the Hornets down at the 39 where they'll start 1st and 10. No Trevor Borowitz tonight. He's out with an illness. Alex Flickinger also not suited up. Will Hosick is going to be playing some at tight end. We're going to start in the shotgun. Is that Kelvin Morrison in the backfield? They'll move Evans in motion. They'll pitch it to Morrison. He's taking it over the right side. Big hole. He makes a nice move at the 45, but tripped up there by Jackson Koval. The name you're going to hear me say repeatedly tonight on offense and defense. Even though I think you'll hear Cameron Mong's name on defense. I watched, as I said, a lot of film coming into today, and he got in on a lot of plays. They'll put one receiver out to the left. That's that Maynor. One to the right and up back. They'll put Phillips in motion. Oh, he looking downfield, wide open is Maynor. Gets it at the 30. He's got to turn the Jets on if he's going to try to get in. They catch him from behind at the 5-yard line. Jaden O'Neal chased him down. He had to wait a little bit for the pass. But what a pitch and catch, and the Hornets now have 1st and goal at the Titusville Rockets 5-yard line. And if it sounds like I'm yelling at you, it's because I have to yell to hear myself think. So the Hornets come out, 2 plays, get it down to the 5. Phillips and Maynard split out wide to the left. We have a tight formation to the right. One back alongside Tellez. He keeps it himself and waltzes into the end zone for the Hornet touchdown.
Keeps the ball for the Hornet touchdown.
So the one advantage I thought Hickory had coming into today was team speed, and it demonstrated it there on 3 plays. Logan Stanford in to attempt the extra point. Will Hosick is the snapper, Xander Tellez the holder. Good snap. He fumbles the hold but gets it down, and Stanford puts it through. So the Hornets put up a touchdown at 10:47 to go in the first quarter of play, and they will strike blood first. And that's not a good sign for Titusville. If it becomes a track meet, they don't have the horses to keep up with Hickory. So I don't know if we won the toss and chose to keep the ball or if they deferred, but either way, it was going to be the Hornets wanted the ball first to do exactly what they just did. So O'Neal and Koval will be deep to receive the kick from Logan Stanford. And it's very loud on the Hornets sideline, but it looks pretty calm over there on the Titusville sideline. Stanford's going to kick it deep. It goes to O'Neal. He's taking it up the middle, and he's cut down right there. Christian Dungy with the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Titusville from their own 28-yard line. So Dante Evans getting the start at linebacker, it looks like. Andrew Miller getting the start in the middle. Is Matthew not playing?
No, Matthew's in, Trevor's not.
Trevor's not. So Matt Myers is on the far hash mark. And the quarterback keeps it. He's going to get out near the 30. Did we see who hit him?
Phillips got that.
We'll give Jaden Phillips the stop. And it'll be a short gain. They'll give him 3.
3-yard gain on the play.
2nd and 7. And when I saw their game against Grove City, they started out with multiple runs by McDonald. He's the quarterback. He's got Koval alongside. They'll go into a wildcat too occasionally. And McDonald keeps it himself. Hit and brought down. Ben Walls, Xander Tellez. Yeah, I have Ben Walls. He lost his helmet. He's going to have to come off. Big Joe Garm enters the game. So it'll be up 3rd and 3 from the 35. They got some size on the line. Koval hasn't touched the ball yet. I think we'll see a change in that right now. And Koval nursing a high ankle sprain, I just heard. He'll switch over to the left side of McDonald. They got 3 receivers. McDonald's looking to keep it. Hitting the backfield and drop. Luke Lewis sniping through, brings him down for a 2-yard loss, it looks like. Well, they'll give him a 1-yard loss. It'll bring up 4th and 4. And the Hornets get a 3 and out. Is Koval the punter too?
Back punt for the Rockets. Cameron Long, number 20.
So Mong is back to punt. And we got Phillips and Kelvin Morrison. What a kick. Gets it up down to the 30. Phillips gets around the edge, looking for a block. He doesn't need it. Makes a cutback at the 35. He's down inside the 20 and dragged out of bounds there.
Number 1, Jaden Phillips.
Brett Schmidt. So Jaden Phillips found the end, and he took it down the sideline, made a beautiful move at the 35 right in front of us to pick up an extra 20 yards. They'll put him out at the 16, and the Hornets are in the red zone for to start their second drive of the night. Hornets would like to race out to a big lead here and see if they can take the heart out of Titusville. Maynor out to the left. Phillips going out to the right. Up back is Dante Evans, and Kelvin Morrison comes up as a sidecar. He'll get the ball. He bounces outside, cuts it back in, and gets down to around the 3. McDonald with the initial hit, and Blake Ross finished it off, but that should be enough for a first down. They're going to mark him at the 3, first and goal. Hornets showing some quick play, quick strike capability right now. 2 receivers out wide. Morrison, the running back. Tellez gets an adjustment. He's going to change the call. Working out of the shotgun. Gives it to Morrison. He cuts it up off the right side and into the end zone. Kelvin Morrison for the second touchdown of the night for the Hornets. And it's a quick 13-0 lead. Logan Stanford in to attempt the extra point. Will Hosick is the snapper. Xander Tellez the holder. Good snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So that's the perfect beginning for the Hornets to put 14 up in less than 5 minutes. Titusville's had 1 possession, 3 and out. The Hornets haven't run more than 3 offensive plays in each drive. It was 3 plays. That's a better 3 and out. 3 and a touchdown and out. David Gill manning the camera from First Take Video Productions. Larry Garm, my spotter. Adam Myers helping out spotting. And I'm Mike Joanno. Going to try to bring you the rest of the games here on out until they won't let us in the playoffs. Stanford set to kick off. Koval and O'Neal deep to receive. They're kicking it towards O'Neal. Takes it at the 18. Goes up the left side. He's going to get some yardage out to the 25. 35-yard line. Kelvin Morrison in there with Marzair Gardlock. So the Rockets will start at their own 35. Their second drive trailing 14-0. Koval is the back. They split 1 receiver wide to the right. That's Yoder. 2 backs with him, and they kind of do this modified wing T with Cameron Mong standing at an angle off the end of the line. This time they give it to Koval, and he's going to be hit hard. Andrew Miller on the stop. It'll be a gain of maybe 1. Yep, give him 1. Second down and 9. Miller getting the start for Trevor Borowitz, and actually not a bad place for him to start. He's a stocky kid who hits hard, and they run up between the tackles most of the time. Andrew Miller was a heck of a pitcher, too, in Little League. He was one of the best I saw. And I've seen a lot of Little League games. They put trips out to the right. Koval up to in front of the quarterback. They're going to fling it out to the left side. Hit and brought down.
Down pass, complete to number 20, Cameron Mong.
Mong with the reception. Xander Telez and Bobby Maynor on the stop. It'll be a gain to the 41. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Xander Talese.
Oh, they are butchering that name. Now, as the announcer over there, I got to run across the field to do the marching band. I'm going to be out of breath. I'm too old for this. 2 receivers out to the left. They put the bunch formation to the right on a little motion. Koval on the left side of McDonald. He gets the ball, finds a seam, and he'll get the first down.
Ball's carried by number 22, Jackson Cole on the right side for a Rockets first down.
Tripped up by Luke Lewis, I think,
Number 10, Christian
and Dungy finishes it off. So that'll be Titusville's first down of the night out at the 48-yard line. It's too early in the game for them to lose their identity, so they're going to keep the ball on the ground. They'll do those flare passes. They can throw it downfield. This time they're going to try to spread them out. They put trips out to the left, see if they motion somebody back in. They don't have much time. Koval motions back in, gets the handoff, takes it over to the right side, and he's hit there.
Jackson Cole on the right side.
Dungy, Walls, and Miller on the stop. Give him a gain out to the 50, so give him 2. 2nd and 8. And the crowd, the frenetic energy that started out is starting to settle down a little. I can actually hear myself. Not that that's a good thing. So they're going to split out wide, Mong to the left. 2 receivers out here to the right. Yoder, and is that Culpepper? They'll move Koval in motion, quick pass out. Mong has it. He's got some room. He gets to the outside, and it'll be forced out of bounds by Matthew Myers.
Cameron Mong for
But a
Rockets first down.
well-designed play, and they got good yardage on it. Down to the 33 of the Hornets, and here's the Titusville Rockets' first drive of the night. Titusville handled Grove City here. Their only loss came in the first game of the year to the Corey Beavers. Still not sure how that happened. Again, working out of an empty set with trips to the left. They're running down. They're going to have to call timeout.
Rocket timeout on the field.
Little slow getting that play in. So they'll burn their first timeout with 4:16 to go in the first quarter of play. And will be serenaded by the Hornet Band here.
Heather Hunter, certified athletic trainer, is present at all varsity competitions, providing immediate care to injured athletes. Titusville Area Hospital Physical
I'm on
Therapy
the
would like to thank the Titusville
Wi-Fi. Do you think I should turn it off?
Exceptional care where you are tree-like family. Visit us at 228 East Central Avenue.
So we don't have a direct internet connection here. We're working off my Wi-Fi unit, trying not to have too many things drawing upon it. Make sure my phone is turned off. It was on. I had my phone also on that, so I just turned that off. We were good with the 3 devices. I'm going to take a chance for a little while. Trips out to the right. Koval there. McDonald in the shotgun. He's looking to his right. He's going to tuck and run. And he's going to get some yardage.
Ball's carried by number 8, Ian McDonald up the middle.
Maynor, Bobby Maynor, Matthew Myers, and Andrew Miller on the stop. But it's going to be a gain of 8. So they're spreading the Hornets out, trying to create some running lanes. And obviously the Hornets are paying attention to Jackson Koval, but he's only touched the ball once, right? As I said, McDonald's a pretty good quarterback. He can run and he could throw. This time he'll have Koval in the backfield with him. 2 receivers out to the right. Now Koval goes out to the left. McDonald in the shotgun. They'll put another receiver out to the left, and McDonald's going to run the ball. He's bear hugged by Luke Lewis.
Ball's carried by number 8, Ian McDonald.
Xander Telez, I think, in there as well. Or was that Matthew? Matthew Myers. And the gain is to the 23, and they're going to mark him about an inch short of the first down. They put 1 receiver out wide to the left. Koval in the backfield alongside McDonald. Still working out of the shotgun. They got 2 downs to get this. They give it to Koval. He's got a seam. And he's going to get all the way down to the 15. Ja'Kai King on the stop.
Ja'Kai King.
Skillet. I don't have my reading glasses on, so it's going to be a little bit of a struggle to read names. Hard to do that and read or look through my binoculars. So they got first down at the Hornet 15. 2 receivers out wide right, 1 to the left. Koval is the running back. It's been the McDonald show so far. And he's looking to his left. He cuts it back, tucks it in, breaks out of a tackle, breaks another tackle, and gets a throw into the end zone.
McDonald's pass attempt. Complete to number 20, Cameron Mong for the Rockets.
Cameron Mong on the reception. He broke out of 2 tackles and had the wherewithal to stop and throw it into the end zone. So Titusville now answers the Hornets. There's a reason they're 5-1. They're not going to quit, not going to lay down. Who's the kicker? What number is that? 15? 6. Max Chatham.
Attempt to extra point for the Rockets. Number 6, Max Chatham.
Good snap, holds down, and the kick is good.
Extra point attempt is good for the Rockets.
So with 1:52 to go in the first quarter of play, the score, Hickory 14, Titusville 7. But the Hornets had him wrapped up twice. I got to figure out how I'm getting across the field. I guess I got to go down there, run across, and up. All right. So Max Chatham will kick off. Jamal Calhoun and Calvin Morrison dropping back deep. So the Hornets did a little switch here. They moved Jaden Phillips up and moved Jamal Calhoun back. Pick your poison. Chatham set to kick off. And he's going to kick it to that little area out of bounds.
Ball's Ball's fielded by number 0, Jamal Calhoun.
Oh.
Out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
So they're going to say he was inbounds when he touched the ball. And so the Hornets are going to be backed up to the 18. That squib started rolling to the sideline. Then it kind of turned cockeyed, which a oblong football is wont to do. He might have had to choose between leaving it go and they recover it or picking it up and we start deep. So I'm going to move down 2 steps to see if I can get a better view. Sebastian Bromley now in at receiver. Maynor out there to the right. Phillips and Morrison are the backs, flanking Xander Tellez. They're going to move Morrison in motion out to the left. There's a hold. He dumps it off to Morrison. He's going to get a lot of yardage, but it's coming back.
Ball's caught by number 3, Calvin Morrison. There is a flag on the play. The indication is a hold against the Hornets.
So that penalty will move them back.
Tackle made by number 12, Blake Ross for the Rockets.
They were on the 17, so they'll go back to about the 8.5-yard line. Oh, they signaled a hold already. And they're stepping it off against the Hornets. Well, they only moved it back 5, so it might not have been a hold. They put it out at the 12. They threw it early, and Phillips left early on the left side, so that could be what they called. So you got Calhoun and Morrison now in the backfield. Timeout, Hickory.
Have a Hickory timeout on the field.
Oh, well, let's be serenaded by the band, which will bring you their halftime performance. So next week is Grove City for homecoming, and then there will be one more game in the regular season at Slippery Rock. The Hornets have an advantage over both of those teams in size, skill, speed, scoring, and defense. Other than that, it's anybody's game. Hey, anybody who listens knows I'm a homer, and I'm going to be rooting for the Hornets the whole way. Working out of the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Tellez hands it off. No, he keeps it right up the gut, and he breaks free at the 40. It's a foot race between him and McDonald. 8 chasing 8, and Xander Tellez takes it 88 yards for the Hornet touchdown.
For the Hornet touchdown.
No flags on the play. Wow, just like that. Xander Tellez, 88 yards for the Hornets score to push it back to a 2-scored lead. Will Hosick into snap. Xander Tellez catching his breath to hold it. Logan Stanford in to attempt the extra point. Low snap, he gets it down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Hornets, 2 offensive plays that time, correct? 1 was a penalty. Does that count as an offensive play? So it's a 1-play drive, 88 yards on the quarterback keeper by Tellez. So the Hornets have run 7 offensive plays and have scored 3 touchdowns. Got to like that. Titusville will be getting the ball back. Stanford set to kick off. Koval and O'Neal deep to receive. He's going to kick to O'Neal again, drives him back to the 9. He tries to take it up the middle. He's hit there and flung down. Michael Reardon on the stop. No, that was 2. Michael Reardon on the tackle.
First down and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
But as a stadium announcer, if you don't have a good spotter, I can tell you, it's hard to get the numbers right.
3 was not on the field.
3 was, he's been doing very well on kick coverage, and he's on the field now. So 2 receivers, Koval out to the right, Bunch to the right. They're going to hand it back off to Mong, and he'll fight for about 2 or 3. Ja'Kai King and Joey Garm on the stop, but Ja'Kai King is on the ground. So that'll be a gain of 2, I'd say, and he's writhing in pain.
He's up off the ground now. Best trainer in the area, Derek Bodo, out on the field.
Ja'Kai might be singing an extra octave higher. Might be singing an extra octave higher. I don't know. He'll slowly make his way over to the sideline. Big Joe Garm going in to replace, or was Joe in there already? So who's coming in? Michael Risfay, Walls, Garm, Risfay are the down linemen with Evans. He got hit in the eye. And here comes Spencer Lee. So it was his eyeball that took the shot. 2 receivers again split. Back to passes. McDonald, he's got Cameron Mong wide open. He'll be knocked out of bounds. Jaden Phillips. Was that number 1 who knocked him out? Oh, 6, Bobby Maynard. I can't hear anything. This McDonald is a good quarterback. They do a staggered set out to the right with 3 wide. He's looking for that quick pass again to Mong. They get the block. He's going for the sideline and will work his way out of bounds. We'll say Jamal Calhoun forced him out. So these quick screens or flat passes have been effective for Titusville.
Down to the Hornet 44 for a Rocket first down. 1st and 10 Rockets.
Did you see the kid not hit Matthew in the back? Like he thought about it, and then he didn't. Oh, really? Yeah. I did not see it. No, he crossed his face.
This time we got 2 backs with the quarterback McDonald, Mong and Koval. They'll break the set to 2 tight to the left, 2 wide to the right, and Koval gets the ball trying the left side, and he's going to have a hole.
Ball's handed off to number 22, Jackson Koval.
Down to the 39, Andrew Miller on the stop.
5-yard gain on the play. And
And that's the end of the first quarter of play with the score, Hickory 21, Titusville 7.
We have a first quarter winner for the 200 Touchdown Club 200 Club winner for the first quarter this evening. The winner is D. Moore. First quarter winner for the 200 Touchdown Club 200 Club is D. Moore. We do have the checks on the home side press box.
So it looks like we have a pretty good picture for you. Live. I turned my unit off. All right, we're live again. Are we live again?
Yeah, I was just saying that was.
Brought to second down and 5 from the Hornet 39-yard line.
So at the 39, second and 5 for the Rock right in front of us. And he's going to keep it himself, and McDonald some room, and he'll slide down at around the 32. Spencer and Bobby Maynard. So another first down for Titusville.
First down for the Rockets. 2-yard line, first and 10.
And they're creating some space on the interior of the Hornet line. They're signaling their play in from the side. Two receivers out to the left, one tight to the right. Oval. He's hit and breaks one tackle. Tags somebody for an extra 2. Ben Walls and Matthew Myers on the stop. Give him a gain of 4, second and 6. Was placed at the 28.
Second down and 6 for the Rockets.
They get receivers, trips out to the right. They've been throwing that little screen pass there. See if they try that scissor run back to the left. Nope, he's going to keep it. Following the, filling the hole well.
Ball's carried by number 8, Ian McDonald.
And sitting on top of him, Andrew Miller. That was he filled the hole perfectly. And no gain. 3rd and 6. 2 down territory for Titusville here.
He's a lot bigger. He lowered his level and passed the double. Better than he ever did.
So they'll put Koval out to the right.
He wrestled for a minute.
One receiver, Yoder to the left. And they do that little scissor handoff to Mong, hit in the backfield and dropped. Is that Xander Telez?
Ball's carried by number 20, Cameron Miller on the left side.
Xander Telez coming up from his safety position, and that loss will be back to the 31. What'd you say, Larry? Oh, they fixed his name. Oh, did they say it right? Somebody, grandpa or grandma may have went up there and corrected them. That happens to me all the time. All right, 4th and 9. They're going to go for it. Down to 15 seconds. They're still signaling in the play. They're figuring out where they're supposed to line up. Under 10. Koval out to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Back to pass is McDonald. Looks over the middle and dropped by Koval. It hit him in the hands. But he would have been dialed up by Jaden Phillips if he caught that ball. So the ball will turn over on downs. Hornets will take over at the 31-yard line. 8:51 to go in the first half of play.
Hornets have first and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Charles doesn't sit back much. He doesn't.
So Bromley, Phillips, and Evans are in the pattern right now. Evans split wide to the left. Only 5 linemen, nobody tight. 2 backs alongside Tellez. Morrison and Calhoun. Give it to Morrison on the second hand through. Jumps over one defender and will get out to around the 37.
Tackle made by number 12, Blake Ross.
I couldn't see who's at the bottom of the pile, Blake Ross. And there's a flag, and they're pointing back against the Hornets.
Personal foul against the Hornets.
What's that? It's got to be. What?
So they signal their penalties quickly. I don't know if we can see what happened on our replay. Walls comes out, Garm in on the line. So after that penalty, Ben Walls comes out, Joey Garm in. It will be 2nd and 10. No, that's wrong on the scoreboard. 2nd and 20. Erased the 5-yard gain and moved them back an additional 10. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 backs alongside Tellez. He's looking out to the left to Phillips, who's got it on the run. He's cutting it to the middle of the field, over the 35, and out to the 37. Cameron Mong on the, 88.
Number 88, J.J. Miller, number 2.
J.J. Miller on the stop. And he got back 16, so it'll be 2nd and 4.
We're going to be 3rd down and 4 to go for the Hornets.
Why would it be 3rd? Are they calling it a dead ball?
37 yards.
It was dead ball foul, so it is 3rd down. Hornets put 2 out to the right, Maynor and Phillips. 2 out to the left, Bromley and Evans. 1 back is Morrison. He'll come up as a sidecar. He gets the ball. No, Tellez keeps it again. He bounces outside at the 50, inside the 40, and spun out of bounds by Blake Ross at the 42-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for the Hornets. Boy, he's doing a good job with those fakes. I'm having trouble figuring out if he's handed it to Morrison or gave it away.
Ball be spotted at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 yards.
Many moons ago, I watched North Allegheny play a playoff game at Sharon, and they had a quarterback, Jack Fela, who played for Notre Dame. And I never knew who had the ball. The kid was a magician in hiding the ball. This time they give it to Calhoun. He breaks, can't break the tackle of Ross.
Jamal Calhoun around the right side.
Alongside Cameron Bow or J.J. Miller. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Ball be placed at the Titusville 38.
Bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Bromley one-on-one coverage with McDonald. No safety back with him. They got him to jump.
Pre-snap penalty.
Encroachment on the defense will add 5. Make it 2nd and 1. So Bromley's out there, and there's nobody with him. It's him and McDonald one-on-one. There's no safety help. He's playing off him pretty far. Give it to the second back through Calhoun. He gets across the 20. Breaks the tackle and gets inside the 10. down by the 8-yard line.
For a Hornet first down.
Brett Schmidt on the stop.
Blake Ross.
They're saying Blake Ross, number 12.
He got through him. He shook that tackle. Yes, that was the first attack. 28 got him.
So that'll be first and goal. They placing it right at the 10. Right at the 10. First and goal. Morrison and Phillips or Calhoun are the backs. Give it to Morrison. He's taking the left side, cuts it up, and will be fighting his way down to the 1.
Ball's carried by number 3, Calvin Morrison.
McDonald,
And Miller.
Just short of the goal line.
Koval was there. I thought it was 8.
88 you saw.
Oh, 88.
J.J. Miller, number 8, Ian McDonald on the tackle.
J.J. Miller. No, 8, Ian McDonald was on the stop.
Second down and goal.
Second and goal from the 1. Two receivers out wide. So I expect him to run it right up the gut. Tellez comes up to the line, makes an adjustment. Gives it to Morrison. He's hit and will fight his way into the end zone for the Hornet touchdown.
Ball's carried by number 3, Calvin Morrison for the Hornet touchdown.
Well, that was more than 3 plays. Thank you very much. I have to run across the field, so give me a minute. I just got handed the halftime script, even though I have it on my phone. Now I don't need my reading glasses. I'll probably still take them. So with 5:25 to go in the first half of play, the Hornets add the extra point. 28-7 is the score. And they've taken a fairly commanding lead, but I just got to say, don't fall asleep on this Rockets team. They drive one down and get one here. They get the ball to start the second half. So the Hornets cannot take their foot off the gas. Okay, I could talk again. I guess I can't stuff a basketball in the tuba to make it not as loud. So Stanford set to kick off.
It's number 22, Jackson.
Now it's Koval by himself deep.
35, Logan Stanford.
Titusville doing whatever they can to get Koval involved. Kick it to the corner. It's bouncing around. He's going to come up and get it at the 18, and he'll squirt through to the 25.
Jackson Cole gets the ball out to the 25-yard line.
Matthew Myers and Jamal Calhoun on the stop.
Rockets up first and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
20 what? Oh. So Mike Reardon coming in on defense for Matthew Myers. They're going to go with 2 wide to the right. Koval is the back. Now they'll do their little switcheroo and go tight formation to the left. Give it to Koval. He dances back to the middle. Big Joe Garm had his arms on him. He wasn't getting past him. Short gain.
70, Joey Garm.
Let's give him 3.
55, Ben Walls.
Second and 7. Oh, they're going to give him an extra
Rockets up second down.
yard out to the 29. Second and 6. two backs this time are both Mong and Koval. Mong will step forward for that tight formation on the left side of the line. They give it to Koval. He's bunched up and not getting away. Luke Lewis, Ben Walls, and Mike Reardon. First hit was Lewis, though. And that, if you get hit by Luke Lewis, you're going to know it. You need me out of the way, Coach?
A 3rd and 5. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line.
So gain of 1, 3rd and 5. Hornets have some beef on the inside of that line right now with Garm and Lewis. Koval is the back. McDonald looked to get it out quick to the side. Mong has it, and it's going to be a first down.
McDonald's pass complete to number 20, Cameron Mong, for a rocket first down.
Phillips on the stop.
By number 1, Jaden Phillips.
McDonald went to throw it. He had to hesitate. If he'd have thrown it the first time, I think Phillips was going the other direction.
Ball was spotted at the
He was jumping that pass.
10 Rockets.
Is that Byerly? So Logan talked to his grandparents today. Logan, I get to say his name. He'll be on the left side, left tackle. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Now they'll do their little switcheroo. Tight to the right. Going to the wide side of the field is Koval. He'll be dragged down from behind. Andrew Miller.
By number 22, Jackson Koval.
Andrew Miller, Ben Walls also there.
Koval picks up 5 on the play.
Give him 5. Let him have 5 right now with 2:50 to go in the half. Don't let him spring one long. So they've been primarily, at least on this drive, trying to run to the wide side of the field and stay away from the boundary. Now it's right in the middle. And they got one right receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Koval goes in motion out to the right. They're going to do another quick pass. What a catch.
Pass complete to number 20,
Cameron Mong on the reception. He'll be brought down by Andrew Miller and Christian Dungy. But what a catch. That was not an easy play to make. It was out in front of him in low, and he was standing there. Mong made a tremendous play on that. Two receivers out to the left. Tight to the right. Move a man in motion is Mong. They're rolling out that way. They throw it for Mong, and it's overthrown.
Pass attempt to number 20, Cameron Mong, is incomplete.
But if you look at that setup, they had a receiver and a blocker and just one defender. That was a well-designed play, just couldn't execute. Oh, the band now heading to the field. A little bit of, not that I'm against enthusiasm and school spirit. It's hard to yell over that when you have a little bit of a tickle in your throat. They better wait for me to get across the field to introduce them for the halftime show. I might leave a little early. Depends on what the game is doing. I'll turn the mic over to Larry Garm. There, Koval. He dances up the middle, runs over Michael Reardon.
Ball carried by number 22, Jackson Koval, for a first down across the 50-yard line.
And he'll get down to the 49 of the Hornets.
48-yard line, first and 10 Rockets.
Koval's a big guy. He's run over a lot of people so far this season. Walls comes out, so the line is Lewis, Garm, and Evans, and King. Down to a minute 15. They have 2 timeouts remaining. 2 receivers out to the left. Hornets have a safety in the middle of the field. He's rolling to his left. He rolls past one defender, and now he's got to air it out. There's a receiver there for the touchdown. The defender kind of lost track of him, and that's what you definitely did not want. Give him the 5. Don't let him blow the big play. He shook 3 tacklers in the backfield, and the receiver, Miller, kept his pattern, and McDonald put it right on the numbers. So Max Chatham in to attempt the extra point to cut this to a 2-score game. Well, it is a 2-score game, but to cut it to 14. High snap, but they get it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
And the extra point by number 6, Max Chatham, is good for the Rockets, which brings the score. Hickory 28, Titusville 14, 56 seconds remaining in the first half.
Now here's the mistake.
Second quarter winner for the 200 club. I'll repeat.
Did they score too fast? The Hornets have 56 seconds and 2 timeouts.
Second quarter 200 club winner is Kevin Long. Again, the checks are in the press box on the home sideline.
No, I'm just saying they scored fast enough that the Hornets have just under a minute and 2 timeouts. I've seen them score with less. And the Hornets have shown some pretty big strike capabilities here tonight. So Phillips and Morrison are dropping back. Calhoun as well. He'll be one of the up men. See who they put deep. Yeah, the 4 players I'm looking at from the 30-yard line and back have all scored long touchdowns this year. Kristen Dungy on the return against Farrell. See what they do with the kickoff. And just squib it, taken by Morrison. He dances outside across the 40. Makes a cut at the 50. He's cutting back across the grain. Can he get around the outside? He's got the corner on the left side. Calvin Morrison takes it to the yard.
Kickoff is fielded by number 3, Calvin Morrison. Brings it back for the Hornet touchdown.
Now, did the Hornets give them too much time?
No, they did not.
So we were just discussing.
That kid's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You don't see effort either when you're watching around.
Well, the cut he made at the
You know, I coach, how long have I been coaching? This will be my 16th full year. I coached in Trumbull County against Fitzgerald.
so in to attempt the extra point, Logan Stanford. Will Hosick, the snapper, Xander Telez, the holder. Good snap, hold is down, and the kick is good. So 35 to 14.
Extra point attempt by number 35, Logan Stanford, is good for the Hornets.
And that's a dagger. That's a dagger in the heart there.
14, 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
All right, folks. NBC did an experiment one year where they showed a Jets-Dolphins game without an announcer. They just had the camera on. We're gonna do that here for the next 40 seconds. Yeah, obviously I did because I'm like that. All right. So I'm going to head across the field to announce the marching band, and we'll be back to bring you the second half of play.
This mic is up.
Back deep for the Rockets, number 5, Jaden O'Neal. Kicking off for the Hornets, number 35, Logan Stanford. Timeout on the field by the Hornets.
Pick off one. We can't give up anything here. Get in there. Let's go.
Ball filled by number 5, Jaden O'Neill. Tackle made by number 21, Brody Bishop for the Hornets. O'Neill gets the ball out to the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 Rockets. The cutoff pass attempt at number 20, Cameron Long, is incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Rockets. Pass attempted, intercepted by number 1, Jaden Phillips for the Hornets, who returns the ball inside the 5. Hornets will have actually 1st and goal from the 5. With 21 seconds remaining in the half.
Dante's good.
Pass attempt is complete to number 1, Jaden Phillips for the Hornet touchdown. Extra point attempt by number 35, Logan Stanford, is good for the Hornets. Which leaves the score, Hickory 42, Titusville 14. Number 7, Alex Hartshorn fields the ball for the Rockets. Number 12, Galen Hurl on the tackle for the Hornets. The Rockets will have first and 10 from their own 31 with 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Pass complete to number 20, Cameron Long. Tackle made by number 0, Jamal Cahoon. Long goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Bring up a second down and 5. Ball is carried by number 8, Ian McDonald. We have a penalty on the play. Tackle is made by number 34, Andrew Miller. Personal foul face mask call against the Hornets. Penalty will take the ball down to the 35-yard line where there'll be one more play left in the first half. Rockets will have first down and 10 from the 35. Pass attempt is intercepted by number 17, Khalil Houston for the Hornets. And that will be the conclusion of the first half of play. With the Hornets 22 and the Rockets 14.
Remember 4th of July?
Oh yeah, man. How you doing?
Yeah, good to see you again.
You too. Oh man, that was awesome.
That was a good time.
Holy crap.
I'm gonna miss it every damn year. Why is that?
Go on vacation. I made it home.
You gotta drive too, man.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the pride of Hermitage, the Hickory Hornet Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Nasira Atwood and Sophia Emery. Student assistant directors Avery Schellenbarger and Ryan Scott. Drill team captain Mia Trincasey.
Co-flag captains Olivia Gingras and Maddie Myers. Tonight, we're taking you on a musical journey through time with a mix of classic hits and modern pop anthems. First up, we throw back to the 1990s with one of the biggest hits from R&B boy band Belle Biv DeVoe. This is Poison.
Forgot about this.
Tonight, we feature our dance line to a more recent high-energy hit by Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj. This catchy tune and infectious beat quickly became a global hit. This is Bang Bang. We close tonight's performance with a classic from one of the most iconic pop stars of all time. This dance pop hit from Madonna was one of her biggest hits from 2008. This is 4 Minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hickory Hornet Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Rocket Marching Band's 2024 field show, Easy as ABC. This year, we are bringing you music by artists whose first or last names begin with A, B, or C. To kick things off, we go back to the 80s. Here is the one-hit wonder Aha with Take On Me.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
First one?
Yes,
Oh, so good.
we're happy.
Susan has one and another one on the way. So, yeah.
I can wait for number two.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, all right.
Let's stay in that same great decade a little longer. Next, for B, we turn to rock goddess Pat Benatar, who ushered in the 80s with Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
No, this is for Hickory. We're the couple, side to side. What we do, hammer one, hammer two, hammer three is the laptop.
heard A and B, so now it's time for Eric Clapton to give us C. The Guitar God scored big with Derek and the Dominoes, and then a few decades on MTV Unplugged with Layla. The Rocket Marching Band is under the direction of Kevin Vincent and Sarah Hofstetter, drumline instructor Stephanie Cicero, and color guard instructor Shannon Vincent. Drum majors this year are Luke Keebler and Shelton Lockhart.
Bubba, not Jackson.
He just got some playtime.
Did he get some playtime last night? My daughter sees him. Yeah, he got what, kickoff?
I don't remember what. No, linebacker. Linebacker. Yes.
Against Illinois? Oh no, against Kansas State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured he would. He's still a walker.
All right, so we got.
Okay, we're back. I walked away, miss an interception, and then another touchdown. Jaden Phillips taking care of both. I want to thank Kevin Reardon, the statistician for the Hornets, who sent me some stats from the first half. Hornets put up 21 points in each quarter, and the Rockets put up 7 in each quarter. Hornets with 183 yards rushing, 70 passing for 253 total. The Rockets 82 yards rushing, 126 passing for 208 total. But the Rockets have 2 turnovers. Hornets scores, Xander Tellez, a 6-yard keeper for a touchdown. Kelvin Morrison from 31 out for the second touchdown. The third touchdown was the pass from Tellez to
home sideline. So if you have that number, please come up and collect your winnings. Thank you.
He says number 20 caught the pass for the touchdown. I don't know that that was correct. Oh, is he doing the Rockets, Cameron Mong. The Hornets answered with Tellez's 88-yard run, then Morrison with a 1-yard run, and then the Rockets got the pass to 88 for 105 or 48 yards. Then Morrison's kick return, officially 82 yards, and then Xander Tellez with the 5-yard pass to Jaden Phillips, and that leads us to a 42-14 score. So the Rockets will get the ball to start the second half. The Hornets are one touchdown away from the very desirable continuous clock. They're up by 28. If they can go up by 35 at any point in this half, then the continuous clock rule kicks in and will shorten this game dramatically. Logan Stanford set to kick off. Is that O'Neal deep to receive? Yes, O'Neal's deep, and it'll be covered by the up man, Alex Hartshorn, and they'll take over at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10. So the Hornets put up an offensive explosion in the first half. The Rockets really didn't have an answer for the Hornets' speed. But this is a quality football team, and they can beat most of the teams on their schedule. And they draw the Sharon Tigers, I think, next week in Sharon. Working out of the shotgun, 3 receivers in the pattern. They hand it to Koval. He's going to try up the middle. He's got some room. No, that's O'Neal.
Ball's handed off, number 5, Jaden O'Neal.
Jaden Phillips on the stop. Is Koval out?
Number 1, Jaden
Is
Phillips.
Koval out?
O'Neal gets out past the 30 to the...
So Koval came in with an ankle sprain. They used him as much as a decoy as anything else, and now he's out of the ball game. Jaden O'Neal takes over at the running back position. Receivers split each side wide. They give it to O'Neal. He's going around the right side. Oh, tackled and brought down quickly.
Ball's carried by number 5, Jaden O'Neal.
Christian Dungy and Ben Walls. Trotting onto the field, number 67 for the Hornets. Michael Risve for Joey Garm. They're keeping the line fresh, running those kids, which is pretty smart. 2 receivers out wide left, 1 to the right, 1 back alongside the quarterback. O'Donnell's back to pass and incomplete. intended
20 Cameron Mong
for Cameron Mong.
deflected at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete.
Oh, we couldn't see the deflection.
On the coverage.
So that must have been Ben Walls with the deflection. He's real tall, that Ben Walls, right?
Rockets with a 3rd down and 9 from their own 33-yard line.
They got him down at 5'10". Trips out to the left. One back alongside the quarterback is O'Neal. He'll move in motion out to the right. Back to passes the quarterback. Intercepted. Oh, and dropped. Xander Tellez was seeing the end zone before he controlled the ball. He still broke up the pass. You can't forget that. And that'll bring up 4th and 9.
Ball's incomplete. Bring up a 4th down and 9 for the Rockets.
His eyes were this big.
Yeah, they've been throwing that flat pass consistently, and Phillips almost jumped it the last half, and this time Tellez had it but dropped it. That's not Koval. That's Mong.
Number 1, Jaden Phillips back deep for the Hornets. Number
Phillips
2,
deep received the punt. He gets it off. Well, boomed it. And Phillips will go down at 34.
Number 1, Jaden Phillips fills the ball. 34 steps out of
And the Hornets will take over for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And they want a touchdown. They want to get this to a continuous clock right here, shorten this game. Then I can drive home and get ready to head to Unhappy Valley for the Penn State UCLA game. What parents won't do for their kids. My mighty Panthers travel down to Chapel, take on the North Carolina Tar Heels. All right, so we got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the 2 backs, 1 to go in motion. They're going to fling it out. On the run is Phillips. He splits 2 defenders and drags out to the 43.
Number 1, Jaden Phillips.
And that's Miller and McDonald on the stop. Give him a gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Give him 9. 1.
Short 1 on the play. Bring up a 2nd down. Ball spot at the 43-yard.
Let's get the signal. Maynard right. Bromley and Evans left. The backs are Morrison and Phillips. Phillips goes in motion. This time they'll give it to Morrison right up the gut. They're not going to catch him. He's gone. Kelvin Morrison. The touchdown.
Number 3, Calvin Morrison.
So that'll give him a 56-yard scamper for the score. 57. Make it 57. And now a big extra point gets you to that 35 number. Logan Stanford in the attempt it. Will Hosick will be the long snapper and Xander Tellez the holder. And this is important. You want to shorten this game if any possible way. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 9:32 to go in the ball game, the Hornets now lead 49-14. And we get that continuous clock, a big advantage. That pretty much ends the game. Shortens the amount of time your players are out there that could possibly get injured. You don't, I mean,
5-point spread kind of.
don't wager on the Hornets. The Nittany Lions are a 28-point favorite against the UCLA Bruins. I don't think 28 points is enough. I think the Nittany Lions are going to pound them. The Panthers have a much more daunting challenge. Even though North Carolina dropped the game to James Madison, they get their best defensive player back just in time for the Panthers to come to town, and the Panthers are 0-7 in Chapel Hill in their history. Stanford's kick going back towards the far corner. Is it going to stay inbounds? It is not. There'll be a penalty flag on that.
Stanford's kick goes out of bounds.
They get the option to have them re-kick. I don't think they're going to.
Which is a penalty.
So does that bring it out to the 30?
35.
35.
It's a 35-yard line where the Rockets will take
35.
it over to 10.
Matthew done for the game?
All right, they'll put one receiver out to the left, tight formation, one back. Now they'll break it out. 28 is in the game, and that's Brett Schmidt. They move a man in motion, and they fumbled the ball on the counter play to the running back O'Neal. He'll drop on top of it at around the 32, so it'll be a loss of 3. And the clock is rolling.
Ball spotted at the 31-yard line.
All the way back to the 31. Second and
Bring up a second down.
14. And the Rockets had no answer for the Hornets' speed tonight. 2 receivers split each side. Hornets bringing a blitz. They throw a little screen pass. That's going to work. He'll get out to the 43 for,
Number 28, Brett
is
Schmidt.
that Jamal Calhoun?
Tackle made by number 0, Jamal Calhoun.
And that'll be a gain out to around the 43. So they got most of that back, and it brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2.
Had a nice conversation with the press box people over in Titusville, and they had some meatballs stewing in their crock pot, but they didn't offer me any. They smelled good. One receiver out to the left. One back alongside McDonald, who I think probably taking himself here. Nope, he gives it to O'Neal, and he's hit by Joey Garm, and he says no. Garm drives him back. Oh, look where they're marking it. He never got to the 45. He got to the 44. That's a gratuitous spot. They're going to give him the first down.
Tackle made by number 70, Joey Garm.
Yeah, he didn't come close to the 45-yard line.
Are you kidding me?
But, all right, give him a first down.
Result is a Rocket first down. Ball spot at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Rockets.
So you run for a 3-yard loss and you get a first down.
It's homecoming for Titusville, I believe.
No, that was against Warren. They had that challenge. Look at him saying, Joe saying, what are you doing?
Well, 1st and 10. Down to 6:38 to go in the ball game. 2 backs alongside the quarterback. They'll spring one out to the right and set up that tight right formation. Tellez blitzed from the right side and ran right past the quarterback.
Ian McDonald around the left side for a Rocket first down at the Hornet 40-yard line. 1st and 10 Rockets.
Tellez ran right past him.
Number 2, Michael Reardon for the Hornets.
Tellez ran right past him. Didn't recognize that the quarterback had kept the ball. It's a good fake. So he'll pick up 15 down to the Hornet 40 now with 5:50 to go in the ball, 3rd quarter of play. 2 receivers are out to the right. 2 backs alongside. They'll break one out, I assume, and here they go. O'Neal comes up alongside the quarterback, McDonald. Mong in motion. They give it to O'Neal. Fumble! And it's caught. Recovered by Dante Evans. Joey Garm caused the fumble.
Covered by the Hornets.
I thought it was Luke.
Big Joe. As soon as he hit him, the ball came out. And Dante Evans able to cover it up, and the Hornets will take over on the turnover.
The winner for the 200 club this evening, a third quarter winner, is Monica Chatham.
So that'll put the ball at the 44, the Hornets.
Monica Chatham. Again, check is in the press box on the home sideline.
And they'll wind the clock. This is the beauty of a continuous clock. Right now we got trips out to the right, one receiver out to the left. Who's the running back? Is it Calhoun? It is. Tellez still in at quarterback. He'll probably finish the third quarter. They give it to Calhoun. He's trying the left side, and he's going to be shaking one tackler in the backfield, and he'll get forced out of bounds. Maybe a gain of 2.
Ball's carried by number 0, Jamal Calhoun.
McDonald, I'm going to credit. Oh, I gave it to 8. They're giving it to 28, Schmidt. So he'll gain 2 yards on that.
50-50 claimed yet. We still have a blue ticket out there, 50-50 blue ticket with a number 623.
He ran about 45 yards to gain 2.
623 511 for the 50-50 draw.
Phillips out wide right, 2 receivers out to the left. They'll bring the running back up tight, and it's still Calhoun.
Now, why is it sometimes they call that and sometimes
That is a penalty.
7 seconds on the play clock. Fake it to Calhoun. Throwing it over the middle to Phillips, just a little bit short. He had some pressure that time coming up the gut by Riley Winters.
Pass attempt to number 1, Jaden Phillips, is incomplete.
And it'll bring up 3rd and 8. But the beauty of the continuous clock is the clock continues to run.
8 for the Hornets.
And that play was there, just got to get it up a little. But he had pressure coming right at him by Big 73. 240 pounds breathing down his neck. 2 receivers are out to the left. Is that Maynor and Bromley? 2 to the right are Evans and Phillips. And Dungy calls a timeout. Coach Dungy
By Hickory before the
didn't see something he
on the field.
wanted to see and
With 3:02 remaining.
talk it over. That will stop the clock. One of the 3 T's that will stop the clock. A timeout, turnover, and the trainer. Actually, touchdown stops it.
Hey, Steve.
That was Lynn Saturnow who gave me the trainer as the T. Former sports editor of the Herald. Oh no, that was Lynn Saturnow. So the Hornets are looking to move to 6-1 on the season, with Grove City coming up next week for homecoming. Is it homecoming next week?
Yes.
Next. I don't have a kid in the school district anymore. It's amazing how quickly you lose touch with that stuff. And against my wife's better judgment, I'm still doing this football broadcasting. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left, 1 back alongside Tellez. He's got time. He's looking deep. It's there. Bromley off his hands.
Pass attempt to number 4.
That was a good pass. Dropped it right on him. The coverage was there. Tough catch.
Down for the Hornets.
And that'll bring up 4th down. Is this our first punt? Yeah, first punt. And I think that'll be all for Xander Tellez for the evening.
I don't foresee a fake here.
I would hope not. All right, Luke Lewis, the first chance I've got to see him punt. I understand he's doing very well. Gets the ball and rockets one out there on a low liner, bounces at the 22. Gets inside the 10, and it'll roll down around the 6-yard line, where Titusville will take over with 2 minutes to go. So a change of possession doesn't stop the clock. Well, they did stop the clock. I guess they give them a chance to get the offense on the field, and they'll wind the clock then. Yeah, they'll let them get their offense on, set the ball, then they should start the clock. They're supposed to start the clock. There you go. Yeah, when they start the 25-second, well, they were supposed to start the 25-second clock, then they didn't. One receiver split on each side. Quarterback still in the shotgun. He's going to run it himself over the right side. Gets hit, spins off the first tackle, and then Joey Garm sandwiches him. I didn't see who the other player was.
Number 70, Joey Garm, and number 75, Luke Lewis.
Lewis and Garm. That's not the two players you want sandwiching you.
5-yard gain on play. Bring up a second down and 5. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line.
Down near a minute to go in the third quarter of play. Looking for? It was tucked in the beginning. Yep. One receiver out wide to the left. One to the right. They'll move 2 men over to the tight right. Give it to O'Neal. He's going on the right side. He spins off a tackle, and then Luke Lewis comes and trips him up. I didn't see who the second player was. Was it Maynor? Bobby Maynor. So that'll be a first down. Spencer Lee coming in. Ben Wall's going out. We'll try to keep an eye on who the subs are. I like to get their names in when they get some playing time. I don't see any other. Reardon is in. But pretty much we're still in the starters playing. And that'll be the end of the third quarter of play with the score. Hickory 49, Titusville 14. So next week will be the last home game of the season. And then we travel to Slippery Rock to end the year. They don't play a 10th game. Take that week off to get ready for the playoffs, which would be playoffs the first weekend of November. And we may be playing, we may not. See how everything falls out. How many teams opt in, how many teams make it. With the reshuffled District 10, I got to go back. I don't even know who we have in the offing to be our opponents. Still has starting players up there. What you got a score for me? Sharon 35, Grove City 0. Titusville beat Grove City by a similar score. They give it to O'Neal. He's got a lot of room. Hit by Maynor, shakes off Andrew Miller, stiff arms Jaden Phillips, who then wrestles him to the ground out at the 43-yard line. That'll be a first down. Risve comes in for Garm. Sharpsville 21, Mercer 6, another district action.
That one was close. I expected 6-0.
Slippery Rock and Conneaut area.
I thought Conneaut might win. And it was Slippery Rock by one score.
A barn burner. Here we go, 1st and 10. 2 receivers again in the pattern. McDonald back to pass, gets it out quick. It's complete to Schmidt, who's tripped up by Xander Telez. So give him a gain of 5, maybe 6. Give him 5. Out to the 48.
Xander Telez on the tackle. 5-yard gain on the play. Bring up a second down and 5.
Hornets still have most of their starters in on defense. And Andrew Miller's done a very nice job. O'Neal still in as the running back. Back to pass is McDonald. He rolls to his right. He's got pressure. Throws it short to the intended receiver, Blake Ross. Bring up 3rd and 6.
Number 8, Xander Telez on the covers for the Hornets.
And you just love a continuous clock when it's your team up by 35. Titusville, pretty much the same formation they've been using most of the game. They'll slide 2 receivers over tight to the left or the right. McDonald being chased by Jakai King. He gets away and gets up the sideline, and he'll be forced out of bounds.
Ball's kept by number 8, Ian McDonald around the left side.
Is that Khalil Houston?
Number 17, Khalil Houston.
So he shook the tackle of Jakai King and then showed some jets getting up the sideline. Coming in at the beginning of the game, I said it's not just Jackson Koval. This McDonald is a good quarterback and Mong is a good player, and I think we've seen that. The difference is speed, and we've got some size. They'll go with their tight left. Give it to O'Neal all over the left side. Ripped down right there by Spencer Lee. Is that Andrew Miller? Andrew Miller. I got to get better glasses. I just can't see anything.
2-yard gain on a play. Bring up a 2nd and 8.
But I'm stubborn. I'm still going to do this till they won't let me. We're under 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Titusville looking to add a score here. They're down to the Hornet 32 or 33. He's going to throw it over the middle, complete. J.J. Miller.
Is complete to number 88, J.J. Miller for the Rockets.
Khalil Houston was there.
17, Khalil Houston for the Hornets.
It's not good when he's making the tackle. No. And when Jaden Phillips is getting hit.
The Rockets have 1st and 10. The ball spotted at the 19-yard line.
Ben Walls comes off. Joe Garm back in. One receiver split wide right is Ross. Now they'll send out Mong with him. Put a man in motion. They give it to O'Neal on a counter, and he's going to be thrown out of bounds by Jamal Calhoun.
Carried by number 5, Jaden O'Neal. Number 0, Jamal Calhoun, runs him out of bounds.
Good gain on the play, though. Give him 7.
6-yard gain on the play, bring up a second down and 4 for the Rockets.
It's hard to tell. We're kind of low here,
15-yard hold.
so it's hard to get the depth perception to see where the yard markers are. 5:55 to go in the ball game. 49-14, the Hornets ahead. They'll go with a tight left formation with O'Neal, the running back, on the right. He gets the ball. And he tries to run away. Xander Telez grabbed him by his shirt and dragged him back.
Oh, come on.
And now they throw a flag.
Number 5, Jaden O'Neal.
What's the flag
Number
for?
8, Xander Telez. There is a flag on the play.
That is a lower jersey.
Well,
Personal foul against the Hornets.
I don't see the foul. They tackled him too hard. It wasn't a horse collar. He grabbed him by the middle of his jersey, and he dragged him back on top of him. I don't understand it. It was the head referee who threw it, so they're not picking it up. And that will move it. Is it on the 10? Or just inside? Oh! Now they throw a flag on Coach Dungy for wanting to get an explanation. An unsportsmanlike conduct.
Penalty against the Hornets.
That's, well, somewhat questionable. You're allowed to get an explanation, but he can't come on the field. But you should give him a warning first. You don't just throw a flag. Now he's getting the explanation he wanted. Oh, well, that'll move the ball to the 5. It'll be first and goal. I don't know about good value.
After the penalties, the ball will sit inside the 5-yard line.
And the Hornets will burn a timeout.
We have a Hornet timeout on the field. We
So
also
with
have a
5:31 to go in the ball game,
The fourth quarter winner is
Titusville trailing the Hornets 49-14.
If you are here, would like to pick up your check, it is in the press box on the home sideline.
So the Hornets used the timeout. Coaches explaining, I believe, what happened on that 15-yard penalty so they can avoid that from occurring again. I don't know what happened. And whether I'll get an explanation, I don't know. All right, let's see if the Hornets can keep him out of the end zone. Mong in the backfield alongside the quarterback, McDonald. Now they'll bring O'Neal back. Tight right, give it to O'Neal. Hit in the backfield, shakes it off, fights off another one. Michael Reardon.
Number 5, Jaden O'Neal. Looks like he'll be spotted.
Reardon brings him down at the 1. He bounced off 2 tacklers.
Rockets from inside the 1.
And now McDonald fights his way into the end zone.
Touchdown scored by number 8, Ian McDonald.
So 49-21 is the score with 5:02. No, they just have yellow on the field.
Flag down on the play.
Is it? All right, see what the penalty is. Well, the continuous clock doesn't work in this situation when you throw 20 penalties. What's the problem now?
Penalty was a personal foul against the Rockets.
What was the penalty?
Personal foul.
Against us? Against the Rockets.
So when is it taken?
They can put it on the kickoff. So, in to attempt the extra point, Max Chatham. He's 2 for 2 on the evening. High snap, he gets it down, the kick is up, and the kick is good.
Extra point attempt by Max Chatham is good for the Rockets, which leaves the score Hickory 49, Titusville 21.
So Titusville they kind of blew out Grove City, and Grove City getting handled by Sharon tonight, has to travel to Hickory next Friday. And is Titusville at Sharon next Friday?
Well, I don't know where.
It's one of the last 2 games.
Yeah, the location I can't confirm.
It's at Sharon. I know Titusville plays at Sharon. I just didn't know when. And they'll be kicking off from the 25.
Greenville 36, Lakeview nothing.
Oh, Greenville spanking Lakeview 36 to nothing.
I saw 2 touchdowns. Sharon still 35, nothing. And the third.
Is that in Sharon or Grove City?
First one, the kickoff, so the Rockets will be kicking off on their own 25-yard line. Number 6, Max Chatham.
Chatham set to kick off. Khalil Houston deep to receive for the Hornets. Is that Houston?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is. No Kelvin. No Kelvin. Got Jaden out there. And Jamal. Is that Jamal over there? Oh, my God. I should walk up with sunglasses.
They're going to kick it dead sideways. Uh-oh. So what happens there?
Kick goes out of bounds.
We get it where it went out of bounds. Or the 50. You take it where it went out of bounds. It went out of bounds at the 43. So Hornets will start in Titusville territory. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. They lead 49-21. So the choice is 35 yards from where they kicked it, I believe, or where it went out of bounds.
Ball is flied at the 38-yard line.
38's where it went out.
Even more so. I don't want to see my defense even more so. Right. You shouldn't even be in.
Well, it goes 5 yards from where it went out of bounds. So Tellez still in there. I assume to hand off. And he does. And is that Calhoun right up the gut? One play, and they get that 7 back.
By number 0, Jamal Calhoun for the Hornet touchdown.
38 yards for the Hornet touchdown, Jamal Calhoun.
No answer for that speed.
So the Hornets are sitting on the Jimmy Carter speed limit of 55. And they're looking to tack on the extra point. Who's the kicker? Callum Dara in to attempt the extra point. Christian Dungy, the holder. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Extra point kept by number 45, Callum Darragh, is good for the Hornets.
So Dungy, the backup quarterback, was the holder. Dara, the backup kicker, was the kicker. But Will Hosick was still the snapper, I believe.
Yeah, Matthews is back up.
So it didn't take long for the Hornets to get back that touchdown. An out-of-bounds kickoff and a run play. That puts your defense on the field, though, for a lot when you score that fast. But like Pat Narduzzi said, I don't care, just score. Got a point there. Got to say, Joey Garm's best game that I've seen is with him as a Hornet. He was dominating in there, and this is no slouch of a football team.
Back deep for Rockets, number 5, Jaden O'Neal.
So Dara will kick off. O'Neal deep to receive. Dara's kick will get down, lands at the 20 and kind of dies there, and they got to cover it up. O'Neal comes up to get it at the 20. So 4:39. What? Oh, 15. Who's 15 for us? Owen Kavanaugh gets the tackle. Credit for the tackle. All right, I got to get my reading glasses out now.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. A little more thoughtful now. You want to switch? You good?
So let's see who's on the line. We got 59, Will Hosick. Is that 66? Luke Patton. 71, Colton Bernice. They give it to O'Neal. He's going over the left side, and Colton Bernice with a flying tackle.
Gets out past the 25-yard line.
Reardon still in there. 28, we've got Mirlon Peterson and at defensive back, along with Cavante Miller. Dalton Byerly getting some more PT. Sebastian Bromley on defense right now. Am I missing any numbers? They give it to Mong, who's taking it over the left side, and he'll get out of bounds.
Carried by number 20, Cameron Mong around the left side.
Khalil Houston there was Bromley to force him out. Now entering the game, Mason Lauer. in for Luke Patton.
39-yard line, first and 10 Rockets.
Owen Kavanaugh in as a linebacker. Brody Bishop playing some linebacker. That's Cavante Miller. One receiver, two backs. They're going to look to throw. He's rolling out to his left. He's being chased. Lobs it up and out of bounds. 2:40 to go in the ball game.
Pass step to number 28, Brett Schmidt, is incomplete. Free up a second down.
A lot of young Hornets getting some PT here late in the game against the Rockets. And I don't think Titusville's in a hurry. 56-21 the score. The Hornets are going to cruise to a 6-1 record. They'll go with the tight left formation on the boundary side. They give it to O'Neal there. He sees a big hole, and he'll be dragged down. Logan Byerly on the stop.
False carry by number 5, J.A. O'Neal, up to about the 49-yard line.
They'll give him a gain of 10, so that's a first down.
28, Merlin Peterson for the Hornets. Result is a Rocket first down.
He must have been on the other side, like.
Trey Byerly now in the game. Trey Byerly, 57. They throw it over the middle, and it's there for Mong. He shakes one tackler, and he's tackled from behind.
Pass is caught by number 20, Cameron Mong at the 25-yard line.
Marlon Peterson on the stop. Why did they stop the clock?
On the field by the Rockets.
Timeout.
Made by number 28, Merlin Peterson.
Got the eagle eyes today.
So with a minute to go, Titusville still has 2 timeouts, and they might use them.
My farsighted correction is like +1. It's like nothing. It's nice. Yeah, I can see good distance. It's this up.
It's hard to use binoculars and reading glasses. They don't.
It's not a thing. That's a no-go.
It's not a match made in heaven. I could follow a golf ball, but it's hard for me to read these numbers at night.
Can't always see mine, Mike.
How could you not? It doesn't go that far.
It goes just as far sideways sometimes.
All right, Titusville looking to see if they can put another touchdown on the board. They give it to O'Neal. He's going on the left side and brought down. And that was Cavante Miller on the stop. Short gain. Give him 1.
Second down and 8. Rocket timeout.
And they'll use the second timeout.
Get the youngsters some playing time.
Well, Titusville hasn't subbed. They want to score.
They're not the youngsters.
Titusville wants to score. And the Hornet crowd leaving. Titusville faithful still hanging in there somewhat.
Let's say we have about 7 D linemen that are starters.
And here we go. 2nd and 8. He's back to pass. He's got time. He's got some pressure. Throws it down complete. Mong drops the ball, and it might be a fumble. And it's going to be
That was the catch and a drop and a recover by the offense.
the recovery by Mong.
Cameron Mong on the play.
Adam Tonti was putting pressure on the quarterback that time. Number 58 for the
We
Hornets.
have a timeout on the field.
And another timeout. That's the last one for Titusville. And did we get 76? Mason Lauer. Adam Tonti had gone in, number 58.
Close it to half. Trying to get half the points.
Somebody had them with 28 and a half, and they're looking for that score. Cover the spread. So I thought Hickory had covered the fumble.
I thought they did too, but he didn't. He recovered his own.
All right, it's 38 seconds with a continuous clock. This is
Everything about that play was called.
going to be the only play I think that they have. McDonald still in at quarterback. Rolls to his left. He's got pressure, and he's going to snake out of it. And now he throws for the back corner of the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Blake Ross. Why is the clock stopped? They tried.
Complete.
It's running.
Second down and 10.
13 seconds. We're down to 10. Are they going to get one more play? They're going to try. And McDonald back to pass. He's got pressure again. He's running for his life. He cuts up the middle. He's looking into the back of the end zone. Incomplete. And that'll do it. The final score, Hickory 55,
Why do you call it?
21 for the Rockets. The Hornets go to 6-1. Good job, Coach. Good job, Coach. All right, so we'll see you next Friday night from Hornet Stadium for the last home game of the year in Homecoming 2024.
Have fun. Yeah.